How's it going, everyone? It's Aaron, back at it in the Jeep Patriot video. Today we're going to be doing an engine oil change for a 2012 Jeep Patriot Sport. This is a 2.4 liter engine. I got all the tools and everything to do the oil change, and you guys can see I'm using Pennzoil 5W20 engine oil, conventional, and SDP engine oil filter. Let's get into the tools you'll need for the oil change, and we'll get everything started. Okay, so here's all the tools you're gonna need for the oil change. You got some ramps to raise up the front end of the vehicle. You can also use jacks and jack stands, but I like ramps because they're a lot easier to use. It takes less time, it's faster. I got a creeper to lay on so I could slide under my Jeep easier and not be on my back on the concrete. Of course, I got the oil and oil filter. I got a 3/8 ratchet with a 6-inch extension, I think, and a 13mm socket for the oil drain bolt. Also got a 13mm ratcheting wrench. I prefer to use wrenches on oil plugs, but you can use sockets as well, but I prefer wrenches. I got 3 different types of oil filter attachments. I have the cups that are usually specific to the sizes of the filters, and then I got a all-around adjustable one, and then I got like a classic oil filter wrench, and then I got a microfiber cloth just to clean up the oil that spills. Got a tarp under everything just so it doesn't get all over the concrete and make a mess, and then I got a catch can and funnel, and yeah, let's get it lifted up onto the ramps, and we'll get into changing the oil. Okay, so once you get down onto your Jeep, you're going to be met by the cross member support, and then you're going to have your lower radiator support, and then you're going to have your oil filter, you're going to have your oil pan, and you have your oil drain bolt in the back. Now, I recommend wearing gloves because oil can be very messy. So I'm just going to have you guys, if you want to wear gloves, you're going to want to grab your 13mm. And you want to stick it on to the drain plug, and you want to just break it loose like that. I already loosened mine up before I started recording. And you want to take off the drain bolt, and you want to have it like kind of aimed, the plug aimed into the bucket. I aim it a little bit better. You guys can see from up, but where the drain bolt is, it's going to be going into the bucket. Now, I like to do this a little bit by hand. I like to, once it gets really loose, I like to hold it there because then oil's gonna fall in a minute. Let me actually adjust my pan against. And you guys can see, oil starting to come out, and it's gonna start dripping out. I'm gonna adjust. I'm gonna have your pan back quite a bit. I'm just gonna put the drain bolt right there, but you're now doing your engine oil, and we're gonna let this drain, and then we're gonna be getting the oil filter once it's done draining. Okay, so once you let the oil drain, and you can now go onto the filter, position the bucket over the under the filter, and you're just gonna untwist it. You guys can see oil is gonna start coming out. Careful because this could be very slippery. And you should just like to dump it all in there and put the filter on that little piece in here. That piece right there. I just like to stick the inside of it on it. Like that. You're gonna let that drain a little bit, and then we'll snug up the drain bolt because right now I just have it in a little bit, and then just gotta let that drain. So we'll let that drain for a second, and then we'll get back to tightening everything up and putting the new filter on, and then putting the oil in the Jeep. Okay, so here's the new oil filter. Very important step is to grab your new oil and just stick your finger in it so you get some on your finger, and you just want to seal this gasket surface so it's has a nice clean good seal with the engine, and we're gonna actually reinstall this in 1 second. So you want to have your gasket surface very clean. What you're gonna want to do is you want to lift up the filter and just twist this on, not so it's cross-threading. You want it to go on nice and smooth. You want to spin it on, and you just want it to be tight. You don't want it, you want it to be tight and snug. You don't want it to like over tighten it, because these things will be a pain in the ass to take off afterwards. So just a little bit more. My hands are slippery because of the oil. A little bit more like that, and that's fine. And now we're gonna tighten up the drain plug real quick. Find my wrench. Here it is. Grab the 13mm. This you want to be snug as well. You don't want it to be any super tight or anything. Honestly, you could just do it by hand the whole time. Actually, you just want to give it a nice turn, just so it's snug like that, and that's good. You guys can see it's sealed. So is the oil filter. Now we're gonna go back on top, and we're gonna fill the Jeep with oil. Okay, so just some information before you put oil in your Jeep. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to take off your engine oil cap. It can be kind of tight on there. But yeah, and this also tells you the type of oil. So it says SAE 5W20, which is what I'm putting in. The 2.4 liter engine takes 5 quarts of oil. So just so you guys know, if you guys are not familiar with cars or anything, this is 5 quarts of oil. You know, it says 1.25 gallons, 5 quarts, 4.73 liters. So you're gonna be using a whole one of these for the 2.4 liter engine. I'm not sure how much the 2.0 takes, but the 2.4 liters take 5 quarts of engine oil. So just wanted to tell you guys that before you guys started adding oil into your Jeep, just in case you guys didn't know how much you need to put in. So the easy part is just putting the funnel into the top of the engine where the oil cap was. You're just gonna want to unscrew. This can be a little bit tricky. I like to hold it from this one, and I just like to give it a little pour. It sucks about the Jeep Patriots. I don't have like an actual hole. They kind of just sit there. So what I like to do is I like to just do that. Let it drain. A little bit. So it's gonna take a little bit, but you always want to hold it on the side. It comes out smoother if you hold it by its side. If you hold it like this, it comes out all goopy. You don't want that. But I'm just gonna fill the whole engine up with oil. Okay, then once you finish putting in your engine oil, all you want to do is just put your cap back on, and you're gonna want to start the engine and just let it run for a couple seconds, and then you want to turn it off, check the oil level and everything. So we're gonna do that real quick. And that just circulates all the engine oil around all the parts and everything. And now you're going to want to check the oil. So let me go grab a rag or a paper towel, and I'll be right back. Okay, so after you let your engine run for a couple seconds, that's just to circulate all the oil throughout the engine. So it's to all the important parts. And then you're just going to check the oil. So if you guys have never checked oil before, you're going to be getting this orange circle. This is your engine oil dipstick. You're just going to pull it out. You're going to get your rag, and you're gonna look at it. You're just gonna clean it off. You're gonna stick it back in, and then you're gonna pull it back out again. And as you guys can see, I just did my oil, so I am right there. in the safe. If I could focus it a little bit better. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm right there in safe. So I have oil in my Jeep now because of the oil change. Nice clean oil instead of the dirty stuff I had before. And yeah, that's pretty much it, the oil change. You know, sorry the video wasn't as professional and as nice as I wanted it to be. It was definitely more complicated doing it and recording with just myself. You know, doing the oil changes aren't bad, but me recording for you guys is very difficult. So I got a little messy, a little sloppy. Sorry if the video is not as good as I wanted it to be, but I hope you guys can find this helpful on changing your engine oil for your Jeep Patriot for your 2.4 liter engines. Subscribe to my channel for more videos on the Jeep Patriot, on all my mods and everything. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you guys want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next Jeep Patriot video.